I essentially gave away 50% of my first company. If I had it to do over again, I would tell myself to believe in myself.
Nathan Gwilliam shares how he built PodUp, the Shopify of podcasting, raising $5.8 million to create an all-in-one platform that helps creators scale their content into real media businesses.
And don't you dare give away 50% of the company, because then the Walt Disney Internet Group came and tried to buy us, and that other person blocked the sale, and there was a lot of problems that happened as a result of that. And it took me a long time to get out of that partnership. I think as a young entrepreneur, often you just need to believe in yourself.
What's up, everybody? This is Ryan Van Ornum back with another edition of the Scaling Up Success podcast. Today, we are brought to you by Synergist. Synergist is your scalable operations company and helps you grow exponentially faster at a fraction of the cost. Go check out Synergist.com for more information. Also, while you're at it, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify channels for more of these riveting conversations that we have on the Scaling Up Success podcast. Today, I have Nathan Gwilliam on with PodUp. Nathan, how you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing great. I'm looking forward for one of those riveting conversations.
Absolutely, man. So you got all kinds of stuff going on, man. Tell us a little bit about PodUp. What you got going on there?
Yeah, so PodUp is an all-in-one podcasting platform. We've been building it for 6 years now, and we've put $5.8 million into it. It's kind of like Shopify, but for podcasting. So think of Shopify. They were the first company to bring together like 100 different technologies into one platform so you can create a venture around e-commerce. We've done that for podcasting. We brought together 60 different tools to help you create a venture around a podcast. There's 17, 18 AI tools in there. There's 10 or 11 monetization tools in there that help you make money from your podcast. There's tools to help you grow it. There's a repurposer tool, so you can record in our recording studio, and then you can click a button and the repurposer will take that video and turn it into 15 or 20 different pieces of content with AI. It has syndication tools where then it'll take the content and push it out to all of your social and video and audio and blog channels. Just a lot of different tools. They'll probably save you 80% of your time podcasting, help you make a lot more money, help you grow a lot faster. If you're in a spot where you want to turn your podcast into a venture or use it as a marketing channel to grow your venture, I think this is the best platform on the planet to do that.
That is sick. And does it create thumbnails for you, like the crazy ones? Like
not like that, but maybe some thumbnails.
I like it. Anyways, you got to be a little goofy on it, but yeah, it's cool, man. Well, that's very cool. I love that you're solving all those problems that a lot of podcasters have all in one spot, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, one more thing that we've tried really hard to solve is we have a lot of CEOs that come to us, business owners, and they say, okay, I know my business needs a podcast, but I don't have time. And so with those people, they just record, and then we do essentially everything else. And then we have a team that books guests, does your editing, writes your blog posts, creates your social content, publishes, syndicates, books you on shows, runs your advertising, helps you roll out monetization streams. We really have a kind of a done for you podcasting agency as well as the software.
So besides just spending like almost $6 million, like what were some of the challenges that you had? Like, was it just merging all of these technologies into one place was some of the biggest things that you were having to struggle with?
Yeah. So you're talking about the challenges of creating the software company, right? Yeah. So building the technology. So most podcasting companies that are out there, they've built like 1 or 2 or 3, maybe 5 tools that they've put together in one platform, right? When you try to build 60 tools and integrate them all together, that's a lot of work. And so just the sheer magnitude of bringing that all together and how long that takes and the capital you have to raise and just the scope of building it was one of the hardest things. Raising the capital obviously is difficult when you're trying to raise money when you don't have revenue and subscribers and such. It's a lot easier if you just build a few features and sell that first. But we've been the only company that's been dumb enough to try to do 60 tools in a podcasting platform.
That's awesome though, man. I love what you got going on there. So, like, what are you most proud about with this endeavor that from start to finish? What's the most pride that you found in this whole venture?
The most pride that I feel is what people are doing with the software. I just got off the phone with I think the biggest Alzheimer's association in America, right? And they're helping cure Alzheimer's and they're helping heal and support people with Alzheimer's. And to know that my technology is helping those families in a very large scale, and the great causes that are being moved forward because of this platform, and the people that have something really important to say, that our platform, the platform is giving them a voice. I think that's definitely the thing I'm proudest of, is the good that people are doing with it.
That's awesome, man. So has there been other or maybe just interesting, unexpected things that have came up as you've been building this thing out, like conversations that you come across?
Yeah, lots of different situations. Are you more wanting to go into like specific creators we've worked with? Are you wanting to go more into like the nitty-gritty of building this business? Where would you
I
like
would
to go?
say I would say just like an interesting like opportunity that you didn't think was going to happen, and then it just became part of what you guys are putting together.
Yeah, okay, I
Hmm.
love that. So that's a great question. So the first one of those that came up was when we first went to market, we thought we were just going to sell our podcast to podcasters, right? We thought we were just going to market to podcasters, and that was going to be the market. But when we went to market, we just started having CEO after CEO that came to us and were asking us to do it for them. They were saying, "Okay, I know you've got the software, but I don't have time to do it. Can I just pay you?" And so this software enabled services model is was shocking and surprising to us. We accidentally created business grade podcasting, right? People that want to create a venture with a podcast, we didn't realize that's what we were creating. And so that was the first kind of, well, that was the second. The first was when I saw Pot Up and saw this opportunity of, so I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've sold three businesses, I built and sold three. This is number four. When I was selling number three, I had a mentor. His name's Russell Brunson. I think he's the best. I
Oh,
think he's
just
the
only
best.
Russell Brunson.
Yeah, okay. You guys know who he is. So
Yes.
Russell made me a promise. He said, if you publish every day for a year, you'll be financially free. And so I decided to do what Russell says. And I created a show and I published every day for a year. And and that was audio, video, social, blog, it was a large scale show. And it really kicked my butt. It was really hard. And I got about 3 months into this, and I realized I needed more than 30 different technologies. And those technologies were not integrated together hardly at all. They were missing a ton of the features I needed. Those technologies cost almost $2,000 a month just for my one little show. And one day in frustration, I was sitting down with one of my coworkers, and I said, okay, somebody has got to just bring all of the tools together into one platform, and someone's going to do this. And I could see it. Someone's going to make billions of dollars with this. And that was my aha moment. That was my very first moment with this is I realized, okay, somebody's going to make billions of dollars with this. They're going to do the Shopify model for podcasting. Might as well be me. And so I went and hired a bunch of talented developers, and we've been working on this for 6 years, and I'm very grateful for that moment.
Uh,
Another moment we had this last weekend that was really interesting. So I'm a big believer in testing, like
yeah.
insanely testing. I've helped build a whole bunch of companies. I helped build Azul Airlines, which is the fastest growing airline in aviation history based in Brazil. And when I helped them with their digital strategy, I didn't just, like, when I went to go build a Facebook page for them, I don't just create a Facebook page. I created 100 Facebook pages for them. I know that sounds crazy, but we created 100 Facebook pages. Did promotion for 100 different Facebook pages. And then we found two or three of them that got insane results. And so then we turned off 97, 98 of those Facebook pages. And then we focused all of our energy. We tripled down on those three pages, right?
Yeah.
And we got to where half of all Facebook users in Brazil were were following our Facebook page. And it was an incredibly effective strategy. And it came because we tested a whole bunch, right? So this last weekend, we actually rolled out our DIY software for the very first public promotion of our DIY software. We did a big Black Friday sale, started maybe 10 days ago. And instead of just running ads for that software, we did ads for different niches. These are authors buying our software. These are influencers buying our software. These are real estate agents buying our software. And so we did tons of testing behind it. And we found our people. We found four audiences that just crazy outperform everything else. And so now it makes my job really easy because I don't have to worry about 53 different niches. I only have to worry about these four that I know are my best niches. And so now we're going to go do ads for those and funnels for those. And it only came because we just did a whole bunch of testing.
That's awesome. That is fantastic, man. So one thing that I see a lot with, companies is like how the culture really propels the company forward more than like just you can assemble everybody you wanted to but like an all-star team, but if they don't have the same culture, they're not on the same vibe, it just falls apart. Like, how do you guys have such a great culture over there, man?
I don't know. I've done so many things wrong. It's hard. I think culture comes two ways. Culture comes top down, but I think you've got to also let culture come bottom up.
Yeah.
To find the right culture. So as far as top down, we have a few books that we kind of ingrain within our company. One is called Love as a Business Strategy. And for a long time there, we were having every single employee read that book as part of one of their very first assignments. And then they had to write a report on it and come talk to me about it. So you find your core principles, you find what resonates with you, your company and what you're trying to create. You have your mission statements, you have your education, and then you make sure every employee is aware of that. Even before they're hired, you're educating them on that culture. So that's kind of the top-down thing. But I think from the bottom up is really interesting too, because sometimes you find these people, like we have a lot of employees in India. We have an office in Jaipur, and most of our team's in Jaipur. We love our team in Jaipur. They have such a good work ethic. And that didn't come from me forcing it. It came from them and us rewarding it and us acknowledging it and building a framework around who they were and embracing who they were. Like a lot of our team members in India, they love to play cricket. And so we play cricket together a lot as a team. We make sure that that's just part of what we do. That's not because that was important to me and I pushed it down. That was because that was what was important to the culture. And so it got pushed up. Does that make sense?
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. That's really cool, man. So like one of the things that I see so quickly is like, especially like when you're staying in front of like tech, like you guys are doing, how is it that you continue to always mold and change and stay ahead of those industry trends?
Yeah, so I call those industry trends tectonic shifts. Okay. And when I create businesses, when I start this is my fourth, I've built and sold three, and this is number four. We try to find those tectonic shifts, and we try to build businesses around those tectonic shifts. And if you do, it's usually a great way to help ensure your success. Once you have started the business around those tectonic shifts, one of the best ways to do that I've used, this is just a cheater way, I'm sure. This time of year, so December of every year, a lot of authors write articles about the top trends in their industries. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you have a lot of experts in their niche that are saying, the top 10 trends in AI for the year, the top 10 trends in podcasting for the year, right? Yeah. If you go Google that, you will find those articles. So I'm a data geek. I'm a data junkie. And so what I do is I'll go find those articles, and I will find every article. Like I'll go find 50 sources, okay, of different people giving their feedback. And then I will build a spreadsheet And I will say, so they'll say, here's my top 5 things. Here's my 10 things.
Yeah,
I'll build a spreadsheet and put them all down. And then I'll find the ones that are being talked about the most, that are being surfaced the most. And I will prioritize the trends that are coming from those experts.
I love that, man. Very cool. One of the things, and we're going to transition a little bit here, is one of the things I love to hear is like the successful CEOs, C-suite execs, founders. We love hearing a little bit of the personal side of who they are, what makes them tick. Are you up for a little rapid fire questionings on that kind of stuff?
I'll try.
All right, man.
Hopefully, I don't embarrass myself too bad.
I'm sure you're gonna crush it, man. So, like, what's your favorite book or like podcast that you are listening to? Do you have a favorite book that you're reading, something like that?
Yeah. So, like I said before, I love the book Love as a Business Strategy. As far as the business sense, that's a very powerful book for me. Love as the motivating force, love as the driving force to create businesses. I think that's a phenomenal one. As far as podcasts, I love Russell Brunson's podcast, Marketing Secrets. That's definitely the one I'm addicted to, that I listen to the most.
Awesome. Awesome. Do you have a bucket list travel spot that you still have on your list?
Yes, and I've had the same spot for like 10 years now that I haven't gone to yet. So I've gotten some of them off my list. I love Thailand, and we went there last year. I've been there twice now. Love, love, love Thailand. I don't know what it is, but passionate. And then we went to the Maldives. That's been on my bucket list, to stay
Oh,
in one of those cabanas over the
yeah.
ocean. And we have an office in India, and so it's not very expensive to take a flight from India. So we did that one. That was not cheap. But the one that's been number one on my list for like 10 years now has been Israel. I've wanted to do a tour of the Holy Land, and we just this last week we made our reservations for all of our hotels, and we're gonna go in October.
That's fantastic. Awesome. Well, I wish you the best on that travel. Awesome, man. Hey, what's one piece, like whether it's technology or like maybe it's like a beverage, what's one piece that you cannot live without during the workday?
One thing I cannot live without during the workday.
Yeah.
That's probably not a good question to ask to me, because I'm trying to live the nutritarian diet. So I do like steel cut oats with all sorts of superfoods in it, and then I do salads. So I don't drink any things like that. So probably not a good question for me. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
But my vice, if I eat the thing I eat the most of that I shouldn't, is Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell.
So you got one of my questions down the road is your favorite cheat meal. So I'll just that is
Yeah.
your favorite cheat meal, Taco Bell?
It's probably the one I do the most. Yeah.
There you
I
go.
like
There you go.
Brazilian food a lot. Probably my favorite of all of them is Brazilian food.
Nice. I like it. Hey, if you had like one superpower, what would it be?
I would love to fly. I don't know why, but I love the feeling of like skiing down a ski slope, or snowboarding down, and it feels like I'm flying. And I don't like the feeling of falling, but man, I love the feeling of flying. I would love to be able to fly.
That's awesome. Hey, are you an early bird or a night owl?
I have an office in India, like more than 80% of my employees are in India. So I usually get up at 5:30 every morning so that I can overlap with them, because they're 12 and a half hours off. I am a night owl by, that's probably what I'm naturally, is a night owl, but practicality of running a business in India, you become a early morning riser.
I like it. If you could have dinner with one historical figure, whether living or deceased, who would it be?
I love Mahatma Gandhi. I am so moved by Mahatma Gandhi and what he's taught. Yeah. Well, or let me take that back. It would be Jesus Christ first, 100%. Other than Jesus Christ, it would definitely be Mahatma Gandhi.
Awesome. Okay. What was the first job you ever had?
Working at a yogurt shop.
I love it. I love it. Very cool, man. The last one that we got is what is on your workout playlist? What are you bumping around on?
So when I really need to lift myself, I know this is weird and people are going to probably laugh at me for this, but this just totally lifts me. I play the soundtrack from The Greatest Showman.
There you
Um,
go.
so it's the musical about the life of an entrepreneur,
Yeah,
right? And my favorite Christmas movie is It's a Wonderful Life. And you think about that's the Christmas movie from the life of an entrepreneur. So these movies that kind of have the themes that I've seen in my life are pretty moving to me.
very cool. As we kind of transition a little bit here, if you could go and like maybe time travel a little bit, go back and give your younger Nathan a one piece of advice, one piece of advice would you give yourself?
The first time I created a business, I didn't believe in myself. And I essentially gave away 50% of my first company. And if I had it to do over again, I would tell myself to believe in myself and don't you dare give away 50% of the company, because then the Walt Disney Internet Group came and tried to buy us, and that other person blocked the sale, and there was a lot of problems that happened as a result of that. And it took me a long time to get out of that partnership. I think as a young entrepreneur, often you just need to believe in yourself.
I love it, man. Very cool. Hey, what lesson do you hope people take away from your journey?
When I die, if people could say one thing about me, I hope the one thing that they would say is that I was faithful, right? That I was faithful to my God. I was faithful to my wife. That I was faithful to what I knew what was right and my vision. That I was faithful to what I promised to my shareholders. That's probably the most important thing about all this that I would love that they remember.
Man, that's some great stuff right there, man. Thank you
And
for sharing that.
I hope I can live up to that.
I love it, man. And then lastly, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Hopefully this business is sold. This is my last one. I'm done. And so hopefully I've had a good exit from this venture and taken really good care of my shareholders, and hopefully I'm spending a lot of time with my beautiful wife and my grandkids, and spending more time in Thailand, things like that.
Very cool. Hey, if people are interested in PodUp, how can they find out more about your services?
Yeah, so if you want to get a free trial of the software, go to podup.com, podup.com. In addition to a 30-day free trial, we also gave you a 30-day podcast launch course as videos and can help you get off the ground. We also have a series of other downloadables. There's the ultimate guide to monetizing a podcast. There's the ultimate guide to growing a podcast, and a lot of other cool tools that are going to help make your journey successful. And then if you need help, if you need a podcast but you don't have time, go to podallies.com. That's podallies.com. And you can schedule a free strategy call with me. And you record the episodes, and then we can do essentially everything else and grow your show and help you monetize your show and save you a ton of time.
Awesome. Nathan, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the Scaling Up Success podcast today, man. Thank you so much for your time today. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me on, Ryan.
Absolutely. Ryan Van Ornum signing off for the Scaling Up Success podcast. Till the next time, everyone, stay blessed and take care. Everyone, enjoy your day.